So whether you're going through a hard breakup, you haven't met the right person, or you think love at first sight is a crock of shit, Valentine's Day can be rough to get through. So here are my 5 favorite films for the lonely-hearted. Now before we get to the list, here are some alternate movies for you to watch on Valentine's Day to get you in the mood. Starting with Swingers with Jon Favreau. Diablo Cody's Jennifer's Body. We also have Cruel Intentions. And for the ladies out there, Magic Mike. At number 5, Her. Winner of the 2014 Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay, Spike Jonze's Her is a gripping story about a man going through a breakup who manages to find love in the unlikeliest place, his AI companion Samantha. The film stars Joaquin Phoenix in a brilliant performance, portraying Theodore as a sympathetic, open-minded, and open-hearted gentleman who falls in love with a charismatic and charming Scarlett Johansson AI voice named Samantha. Now, despite the bizarre subject matter of Her, it is well written and well performed from Joaquin Phoenix and especially Scarlett Johansson. Now, she may only be a voiceover narration, but you'll fall in love with her because of her charisma and her charm in this film, and it's one worth watching. At number 4, we have Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Another Academy Award-winning screenplay, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind features the best dramatic performance of Jim Carrey's career, capped off by excellent chemistry that he has with his co-star, Kate Winslet. The bleak messaging of the film showcases the power and the tragedy of having to move on from a relationship that you've been in for such a long time. It's poignant, it's powerful, and it's emotionally moving. At number 3, we have Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Let's take a step back from the dramatic films and let's look at some comedies, because after all, everyone wants something to uplift them during this holiday. And Forgetting Sarah Marshall is one of the best comedies to come out in the past 20 years. Featuring stellar performances by Jason Segel and Paul Rudd, this movie is an all-time classic, and you can't help but fall in love with Mila Kunis in this film. I definitely think Forgetting Sarah Marshall has a kind of a stamp on its own for being a comedy about a breakup that isn't just dour like The Breakup, but it does have a strong and uplifting feeling and vibe to it. It's highly rewatchable. At number 2, I have The Wedding Singer. A bit of a controversial take here, but it's a hill I'm willing to die on. The Wedding Singer is arguably the best Adam Sandler comedy ever made. I mean best, not funniest, best. This film stars Adam Sandler at his prime, playing Robbie Hart as this pathetically endearing schlub who manages to segue from this horrific breakup into a beautiful relationship with the adorable and charming Drew Barrymore as Julia. It ends with this amazing serenade on an airplane, and this film just will light up your heart. It is such a good comedy, and one that not a lot of people give credit to. At number 1, I have Disney and Pixar's WALL-E. WALL-E is one of my favorite films of all time. It's definitely my favorite Pixar film. This is a story about a lonely robot living in a planet that's no longer populated by human beings, learning to discover what the meaning of life is, and learning to love. The emotional climax when you believe that WALL-E has been crushed to death and he's had his memories erased, it's heartbreaking, and it's one of the few times that I remember being in a theater and openly crying. This is a movie that does so much with so little. There's hardly any dialogue. It's a lot of beeps and chirps and little minor sounds, but it's enough to tell a gripping, compelling story that will leave you optimistic, hopeful, and happy. So that is my list. How does your list look? Let me know on social media. Follow the show on Instagram and X at PC with Gil. You could also subscribe to the channel right here. Thank you for watching. Go catch a movie.